really, I really don't believe this. I have never, ever seen any one person buy so many clothes in one day.
Get out of here. What do you mean you haven't seen anybody? Honey, how many times am I getting married? I'm getting married once, and I can't get married in all those old, horrible things. I've got to have a new wardrobe.
It's a good thing you're marrying Sean, because not every man could afford you.
Honey, I have never wasted my time with men who couldn't afford me, you know what I mean? Money isn't everything, but it certainly does give a man a lot of character.
I believe it.
Well, what is it? The saying goes, loving well is the best revenge. Or living well is the best revenge, or...
Oh, same
thing. Doesn't matter. Whatever it is, I want what I want and when I want it. Right now.
Right now.
Yes, exactly.
You want the splashiest wedding in Port Charles history.
You got that right, sweetheart. You know, Port Charles needs a little fire to get their romance going and their glamour and their glitz again. Shoot, Cheryl, you're not going to believe. When I came to this town, it was nothing but a red factory town with a bunch of oversized slums and dilapidated old port.
It seems to me it still is a factory town with oversized slums and a dilapidated port.
Doesn't change much. That's how come it gets up to me, sweetheart. I have to give it the glamour and the sophistication that it needs. Oh, honey, this wedding is going to knock their socks off. Honey, they're going to look in the dictionary after this is over, and they're going to see elegant, and right next to it's going to be my picture. Oh, can you imagine all those people at home?
Which brings up a very interesting subject.
Yeah?
People at home. Are you going to invite some of those people, like Mother and Daddy?
Mother to my wedding? And Daddy? What are you, out of your cotton picking mind? Sweetheart, we have the Quartermaines, we have Amanda Barrington, we have the governor and his wife, we have the U.S. senators, we have a couple of state senators and representatives. Don't you see what this is? It's my New York crowd and everything else.
You think it's impossible for Mother and Daddy to associate with that crowd?
No, I don't. I think they'd be fine with each other.
You just don't want anybody to know you're from that kind of family.
I think that's a rather blunt way of putting it, don't you?
Tell me a better way.
Cheryl Ann, I think Mother and Daddy would get along fine with the governor. Even though he's a northern liberal, I'm sure they get along fine with him.
But
Mother and Daddy don't exactly come with just themselves, you know what I mean? It's like opening up Pandora's box. They would tell Aunt Pearl and Uncle Mick, and then they'd have to bring those 6 old snotty-nosed kids of theirs up there with them and blow my whole wedding.
Tiffany, those 6 snotty-nosed kids are probably all in high school, college, or the Navy by now.
Oh, yeah, well, then they'd probably go out and rent some snotty-nosed kids and bring with them then, or probably borrow some from the neighbors just to aggravate me. I know they would.
Do you remember the last wedding we went to down there?
Oh, was it Otis's and Bethel Ree's? Oh, gosh. Bethel Ree and her 7 months worth of baby. Oh, I'm telling you what, it was the worst wedding. That should have gone in the Redneck Hall of Fame.
Do you remember there were coonhounds wandering around in the chapel during the ceremony? and then there were dogs. There were dogs and kids all over the floor eating the cake. It was the worst.
Oh, and they had pigs. Do you remember those pigs? I could eat a pig right now. They had 2 whole roasted pigs.
Barbecue.
I love those pigs. I want pigs right now. It's kind of what you call an earthy party. What? What?
I just got this image of Otis and Clyde and Beatrice and that whole wedding party and Edward Quartermaine.
Edward Quartermaine. That's the best person in the world to invite all those people to see Edward's face.
I look good, thank you.
You do look good.
Well, I feel good, especially now that all the secrets are out in the open. Keeping the truth from your lover puts dents on your brain.
Oh, honey, I know, and I've got dents all over my brains. I look like the crater of the moon. Oh, speak of the devil, look at you. You know you're too good for my sister. My sister's too good for you, and we're all too good for each other. What's wrong with you?
It's all right. I'm practicing to be a better person.
You ought to practice harder, honey. You need more help. Come on. I'm just kidding. I still love you. He's in such a mood today.
Get out of here.
Goodbye.
Go.
Today my trousseau, tomorrow my gown.
Go
Oh, no,
away.
I can't
And another day like today. Oh, I have to go to bed early.
Oh, don't do it on my account.
So, how was your day, and how's Robin?
Well, the day wasn't too good. My daughter's a delight. She's at home now with her bodyguard and one of her favorite school chums.
What about the snake?
No proof of anything. However, I just know it's a St. John job.
What can you do without proof?
Legally, nothing. Truthfully, well, I'm going to find a way to pin Julian's death on that blonde bimbo. I think you understand routine police work well enough by now. Tracking down that thread right back to the night that Julian was killed. You know, who, when, where, stuff like that.
Isn't the trail awfully cold by now?
Sometimes, yes. Sometimes the important details stand out more clearly after some time passes. I just need one thing. One little thing to drag her in for questioning.
I hope you find it.
So what are the Laugh Sisters on about when I walked in?
Oh, everything. I was teasing Tiffany about her elaborate wedding plans. You know, she would build herself a cathedral if she
question.
could.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've never quite understood it, but there's some deep psychotic psychosis.
Psychotic psychosis?
Yeah, the connection that women have between, you know, weddings. It's as if the wedding becomes a war and achieves life all of its own.
You wouldn't be saying that if it was your wedding we were talking about.
Bite your tongue.
What?
Is this your idea of some backhanded proposal?
No.
Good thing. Been married twice, and that was enough. However, should you wish to discuss this further, we can do it in the general direction of the bedroom. Come on.
Sounds lovely.
Yeah. I still think you should do something about the decor in this place.
Stop it.
When was the last time you watered
I didn't do it.
He never had any taste to begin with.
Oh, no. Whoever it is, I'm not answering it.
Maybe it's not for you.
Well, if it's for you and it means you have to leave.
Answer the thing, will you?
Hello?
Are you alone?
No. What do you want?
Pretend this is a business call. You have to come to New York tomorrow. We have to talk.
That really isn't convenient. I have appointments.
Break them. I highly suggest you make an appearance.
What's up? You're as white as a sheet.
Oh, just a business client bounced a check.
Well, as I recall, the B word reared its ugly head, and we were headed in the general direction.
Oh,